Greetings and salutations. It is I, Professor Macabro, and it's Halloween season. So that means activate Halloween mode. Aha! There we go. Yes, very nice. I am now in my full Halloween regalia. Yes, a nice spiffy new Halloween shirt. Different a tuendo and a tie to fit the Halloween look. Yes, sometimes in Halloween season it's important to go Super Halloween and transform. This isn't even my final form. Yes, but since it is the spooky season, I wanted to share with you a spooky horror DVD haul. Yes, a series of horror DVDs that I got to share with you. So stay tuned for that. Indeed. So let's start off, shall we, with this batch of horror DVDs. Now, is thriller or a thriller considered horror? I consider it if it has horrifying elements, like, say, Fatal Attraction. Fatal Attraction has some horror stuff in it. I mean, they do cook a poor bunny, a single white female, also things like that. So, when the movie does involve some sort of obsessive person being obsessed with someone else and doing bad stuff, I consider it kind of like middle ground horror thriller stuff. So, I got this one called Midwest Obsession. You would be surprised, or probably not, at the amount of horror movies that deal with a female or a male being obsessed or becoming obsessed with someone and going to great lengths to destroy their lives so they will end up with them. But it doesn't usually work out for any one of the people that do that. So I don't know why you would obsess over someone to that degree, but then again, I do obsess a lot about Elvira, so I kind of get it. But not to the extreme of one of these type of people. But yes, I saw it because of the cover, and I do remember this actress from other things. I was like, let's give it a shot. But yes, if you've been following my channel for a while, you do know that I do pick up a lot of these type of movies. They're weird. This one, I'm not even sure if it's a thriller. It might be like a sci-fi thing, but I'll have to watch it. And it's The Lost Door 2-disc set. I'm guessing it must be some sort of miniseries, but I wasn't really sure if it was a horror movie or not, or a horror series, till I actually start reading the back. So, I don't know, I'll let you know whether or not it is a horror. Picked up Nerve. This one deals with something that does happen a lot in today's society, where a bunch of dumbass people follow a dumbass challenge for the lulz and the likes. Ha ha! I call it natural selection if you're, well, let's face it, stupid enough to do something like, let's say, the Tide Pod challenge, where you gulp one of those suckers down just to see what happens. Well, sorry for your families and, the loss that it's going to cause them, but you stupid people are, do stupid people. And this movie's kind of that same thing. There's this online app that people are, say like, oh, jump over a bridge. And they jump over the bridge for money and stuff. So it does, follow that kind of thinking. It's not implemented well, but yes, it's they took that concept and made a movie. Picked up this one because of the cover. It looks very interesting, but it's probably not. Final Days of Planet Earth. Look at that cover. That looks pretty cool, right? On the Blu-ray. Will it be good? I don't know. I haven't seen this one, so I'll keep you updated on that. Picked up from the Masters of Horror. Lucky McGee's Sick Girl. I actually already watched this one. I actually popped this one on the Blu-ray player. The PlayStation 3 that I call a Blu-ray player. But, yeah, it's about this, girl that is gifted a bug, and, the girl falls in love with another girl, but the bug, sticks his stingy on the chick's ears, and, she starts hallucinating, and she starts developing buggy tendencies, and it gets very, very weird at the end. Yes, very peculiar movie, to say the least, but, very interesting and a lot of horror elements for sure. This one is a blind buy. I do not believe I've ever seen this one, but it's called Below, from the director of Pitch Black. U-571 meets Poltergeist. So, I don't know, that kind of sounds like a thing like Ghost Ship, but in a submarine. Oh, interesting. At least I hope it's interesting, but I'll have to, again, pop it in and watch it. Picked up this thing. I was hoping it was a horror movie, but then I popped it in, and it's actually not a horror movie. Not at all. I don't have that many Bigfoot movies in the collection, and I am working on it. So I saw this, and I was like, oh, Bigfoot, yeah, that looks interesting. And then it said it was a miniseries, so, oh, okay, so it's not a movie. Maybe it's like what was that show called? Monster Quest, where they would always go looking for a monster and never find a goddamn thing. So I was like, well, but that was interesting. And, so yeah, but this Chasing Bigfoot, The Quest for Truth, a 5-episode series. And boy, was I let down with this one. It has some interesting tidbits with the whole Bigfoot thing. Personally, I do like to believe that Bigfoot is real, and a species of Bigfoot is roaming across the world. I like to believe that, because if there's nothing magical in this godforsaken planet, well then, what a boring world it is. So I choose to believe in aliens, ghosts, vampires, Bigfoot, all that stuff. So whenever I come across a Bigfoot-related thing, I pick it up, hoping it's a horror movie. And this is not. This is actually just a interesting tidbits, but not really good documentary, unfortunately. So, my quest for a good Bigfoot, much like the elusive actual creature, still continues. Picked up this one because, why not? One of those really cheapo, very thin DVD-cased release of Bela Lugosi meets the Brooklyn Gorilla. This is not horror at all. This is a very, very bad movie. Actually, it's not good. No bueno. And to my knowledge, it's public domain, so you can find it anywhere, but I like collecting physical media, as you can plainly see, or as you've seen by my many DVD hauls. I like owning stuff. I like having a physical copy that I can pop in whenever I want and watch it. And I know this is not a good movie at all. It's not horror. It stars Bela Lugosi in a very, very unfortunate role for him. And it doesn't even work as a comedy. But, again, I wanted to own it, and now I do. So, there we go, I guess. Picked up this one, and I already saw this one. This one was really interesting. The Body at Brighton Rock. It's about this person that works as a park ranger, but she does usually activities within the campsite. And everyone's like, oh, you're not ready to, explore the actual forest. You're too much of a girly girl. Said by another girl, so it's okay for me to repeat it because that's what she said. And she was like, I'll show you. I'm just as qualified to explore as any one of you. So she goes, and she loses the map. And she gets lost. Like everyone said she would. But then comes across a body, a dead body. And she's like, well, shoot, I better report this in. And she does, and she's like, well, you're all the way out in the middle of nowhere, and you can't leave the body because animals are going to get to it. So you stay there, and we'll come to you eventually. So she has to wait it out near the body, and this creepy guy comes by and is like harassing her. It starts off very interesting, but then at the end it kind of loses focus. I do want to do a review on this one. I actually have to do reviews on a whole great many movies that I own and have said that I want to do a review, but I will get to it eventually. Someday. Hopefully. Indeed. So this one, while it does again lose focus at the end, I was into it, and then it kind of like goes nuts, kind of like ate a whole bunch of mushrooms and completely lost track of what it was trying to do. Oh well. And for the Halloween season, I picked up these 3 DVDs. It is my intention for Halloween to put up a screen. I'm still figuring out how everything's gonna work. Put up a screen and project either a movie or something like that. But then I come across these things that actually have like projection things. They're from the Drew famous DVD sets. They also produce CDs with spooky sounds or Halloween covers for songs. And yeah, their quality is hit or miss. But I bought these. This is the Gulag. Big fan of the title there. They're not movies, they're just a series of videos that get projected. So you could, again, pop it into a DVD player or a Blu-ray, project it with a projector, and then you can just have random stuff. Or maybe if you have a Halloween party and you want something random at the background, you can pop one of these. So this is Cursed. Also like the cover and the title there. And X-Ray. So this one has a lot like green skeletons and stuff. And this is like spooky images. So whether or not I do the projector thing and project movies or these things, or if I decide to have a spooky party, I can just pop one of these in and, have it play on the background. But I do own a Festival of Fright, a 3-disc box set, and each disc has a actual collection of old vintage horror trailers that I prefer to put that one in. But additions and ideas for Halloween are always welcome, so I picked up those, and we'll see what I end up doing. Well, that was interesting, right? Right? Now, anyway, I still have more movies to talk about because I was, thankfully, very, very blessed with finding a lot of horror movies. I tend to have difficulty finding horror movies in the wild. A lot of people that collect horror movies tend to not let go of them. So whenever I come across horror movies, it's a big win in my book. And I got a lot of horror movies to talk about. So watch out for that. Hopefully you'll like it. Indeed. Right. So stay tuned for that. Doing the obligatory like, comment, subscribe thing because I have noticed growth in my channel and that fills me with the tingliness and actually inspires me to actually get out and do more videos and content. So the more it grows, the more I'll be motivated to do more stuff. But until I see you all again, which for me will be quick, for you it will be eventually when I decide to actually edit this, I wish you all, like always, a good evening.